You know what's the best part about schools? That it never stops to amuse me day after day. How scary and haunted it can be. I know that being alone in a school at night isn't comfortable, but having to be a security guard for one and to stay inside the building itself to protect it, it's on a different level. Like, I need protection from the school itself, not the school needing my protection. Imagine you're in the situation as Ariel in the subsequent footage. I would bet that you won't last more than one full working day at best. He is a security guard who works the night shift, and as he does his job, he realizes someone else is also on duty to serve the place. He realized that the place is haunted. Now, I'm not sure whether the school is under reconstruction or if it's newly built, but regardless of its condition, you can't tell me there are kids lingering around in the building that late at night. One night, as he was sitting on his chair chilling, he heard some knocking sounds on one of these doors. As he went to check, he opened the door. There was no one inside, but then he discovered, after reviewing the clip, he might have caught an unexplained shadow figure apparition that only appeared for a glimpse of a moment before it disappeared. While knocking on the doors is a common thing he encounters, if these were not answered or checked on by Ariel, these doors begin to open by themselves, as these ghosts have no patience. Speaking of which, and going back to my previous point regarding the presence of a kid in the school, Ariel heard several sounds echoing through the building, and one of these sounds relates to a kid. I don't even know how he got used to these things. It's so freaky he must have lost his mind.
Escuchen. Ahí. Escuchen, escuchen. Mira, mira, mira. La ventana está cerrada aquella. Así es todos los días. Upa. Acabo de volver a prender por esto, mira. Ahí está abriendo la puerta. No, ahí está abriendo la puerta, mira. Ahí está. Mira. ¿Qué les dije? Yo abrirla, ¿sí? Mire. Miren, aquí está la luz. Acá estamos. Ahora presten atención de vuelta, ¿no? Y aquí en la escuela cuando empiezan a ladrar los perros así a llorar. Ah, visto. Ahí empieza a joder, como a golpear. Todas las noches hace lo mismo. Mira. ¿Qué pasa? Tempranito empiezan a hinchar las pelotas. Si me deja, claro. No me deja. No me deja. No me deja. Bueno, si no me dejas... ¿Eh? ¿De dónde estás? No, esto es daña tuya. ¿Lo puedes abrir? ¿Lo puedes abrir? Ok. ¿Se dieron cuenta que cuando se abrió la puerta estaba todo borroso? Es un montón. ¿Ven? Mira. Escucha. La voz del nene. No. Qué ganas de llorar. Me dio ganas de llorar.
As I mentioned, I think this man might have already lost his mind to the point that he is no longer affected by these activities. More so, he thinks it's nothing, just like a completely drunk man, almost unconscious. I have always had the thought that if the room is very tiny and you can barely fit anything in it beside a bed, then it could never be scary, and I stood my ground against anyone who thought I was ridiculous and had so many arguments with people who didn't agree with me, but I never came out of it safe because I'm not so kind when it comes to those who come against my ideas and morals. But here's the thing, no one ever bothered to even talk to me, so these arguments only took place in my room when I'm alone, between me and myself. But here's the thing, the next video may have just changed my mind, so if it didn't take a fully mature person to try and change my mind, it only took a simple video. The context goes something like this: female hotel manager, and it is good for her to be holding that position. I'm so proud of her for some reason. She was called by her staff about an incident that has been happening to many guests in room number 30. Are they running out of water while showering? Well, I don't even know if there is enough space in that room to have a toilet to begin with. But answering your question, no, that isn't the problem. It's far more sinister and intimidating. They have reported paranormal activities taking place in there. Even one went as far as claiming that he encountered a person in there, despite it being empty. And he wanted us, the viewers, with an IQ above average, to believe these claims of his. The manager told him that is impossible, as she has vacated and ventilated the room, and it has not been occupied by anyone. So how dare he come up with such lies? She decided to investigate behind these reports herself, and oh boy, that terrifying face by the window was screaming terror. The manager ventured inside after the encounter but found nothing. Not long after, a loud noise sent her screaming for life.
Irma me dijo que se veía una persona en la habitación 30. Y le dije, no, y me dice, ¿está ocupada? Le digo, no, se desocupó en la mañana y no hay nadie. Yo misma fui a ventilar esa habitación. Y ahorita que voy pasando por acá me doy cuenta que sí es cierto, se ve como que alguien se estuviera asomando en la ventana. Vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa, vamos a ver qué hay ahí, pero se supone que no hay nada. Y sigue ahí viéndose. Aquí más cerquita. Sí, miren, ahí se alcanza a ver una cara, unos ojos. Vamos a ver a esa habitación. Estamos subiendo las escaleras porque desde ahí es donde estábamos viendo que se veía. Aquí ya no se ve nada, a lo mejor por el reflejo de la luz. Y vamos a ver en la habitación. Aquí está la cama, porque esta es una habitación pequeña. Aquí pues no se ve nada. Y aquí está la tele, donde estábamos, donde se supone que se veía, pero no se ve nada. No entiendo por qué se ve. ¡Ay! Irma me dijo que
According to the person I got the clips from, who also translated the video, after some digging and research, they discovered that an elderly lady had passed away in that very room. The eerie part, her face is an exact match to the apparition that appeared. We are familiar with a case called I have never told you before, sorry to keep it a secret all this long, but you have a brother you never knew of. That's the moment that may break the bond between the father and his family members or create a conflict that ends up with a settlement and a stronger bond than before with the new integration of a family member. So, what does that have to do with the next video? Let's see. Two brothers, with their parents, because they are still way too young to be kicked out, moved into a new house, a fresh new place for a fresh start. And what a fresh start it turned out to be, as these brothers began to hallucinate, or at least that's what the grown-ups have sensed. As they have been telling their parents, they were hearing stuff in the house, strange noises they couldn't possibly explain. The parents laughed at them for saying such things, but as they kept pressuring their parents to believe them, they may have been on the verge to be kicked out of the house earlier than anticipated by them. So to prove that they are not acting childish or making stuff up, they decided to document an experience they may encounter. And man, wasn't that a ride, followed by the strange noises in almost every recording. The big brother begins investigating the source of the sounds. Once he went to the bathroom, he found nothing that could have caused the sounds, except for the wide, open door to slam shut all of a sudden. The fear escalated as the kitchen cabinets were going crazy, opening on their own, while objects were being thrown on the ground. Baffled by these activities, once they missed a shadow figure appearing to be standing in the dark. But they got their second chance in a different clip. This time the figure was more apparent, as it was standing right behind a see-through door. The boy lunged at him, but when he opened the door, he found no one.
You got a second? It only take a second. Two. Dude. I don't know, man.
Hey, are you back?
Oh no. No. Dude, you see? No way. Dude, I'm out of here, dude. No way. Let's go, dude. Okay. I have to start recording because we've started to hear more things around the house. And kind of nervous. Jeez.
Hey, Dad?
Yeah.
I think I heard something.
Okay. Alright, I have to start recording again. I know I just heard something. You guys are seeing this, right? Gotta be joking me. What? You gotta be joking me. Oh, Mom, jeez. Dude, you hear that, right?
Yeah?
Alright guys, I have to start recording. We just moved in here last summer and we keep hearing these things. Oh. Dude, you hear that, right?
Yeah?
Don't tell me it's just me. That's ridiculous, man. I don't know.
Like I said in the intro, maybe the father kept this boy hidden from the rest of the family to dodge any drama. Or who knows, maybe he adopted him because of his unique talent for teleporting and vanishing. One thing's for sure, that kid's giving off serious jinn vibes. You can always consider yourself unlucky when you live in a haunted house, but you may also abuse the haunting of the house by building a community around it. Like, you can just start documenting your experience and posting it on social media. But our guy in the next video isn't just living in one of those haunted houses. No, he is living in a circus. The place is so active that he doesn't even need to wait until night to record some of this paranormal stuff. That doesn't even give justice to how paranormally active his house is. You know, I actually thought it wasn't even his house. Yeah, I would never think anyone could be able to have a normal day living through all of this. Shoaib Khan, he is our man. He is not our man, as if he will save the guy in the next video. He is the one struggling in the next video. As he enters his house in the daytime, he hears some noises, so he opens the door of one of the rooms, only for the pots and plates to start falling off the shelf. One day, the weather was windy, but only for Shoaib. In other words, the weather was actually fine, but the way his tree leaves and the lights were moving and swinging made it almost seem as if the weather was extremely windy that day. Or how about the iron ironing on its own? It was literally as if the ghost was holding it to iron a shirt. You know the broom from Harry Potter. Even if you don't know Harry Potter, the broom that witches used to fly around in fantasy stories, Shoaib has one of them in his house. I also thought it was just a fake. It turned out to be real. While Shoaib was walking around the corner, the whole house seemed to have opened up for him as a way of greeting. In other words, doors and windows were opening for him, while two chairs walked out of the room to say hello. This paranormal activity was nonstop that I couldn't catch a breath.
مرګرو تاسو وینئ کنه دا شپې 2 بجې دي تاسو وینئ کنه تاسو موږ پسې ټوغې او مزاق کوي موږ ځان په مصیبت کې یو تاسو موږ پسې ټوغې او مزاق کوي دا وګورئ دا وګوره ها یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. قل اعوذ برب الناس ملک الناس اله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. یا الله خیر. دا وګوره ښه مونږ په مصیبت کې یو، تاسو مونږ پسې ردې بدې وایو کنځلې کوئ. دا وګوره ښه تر شپې 2 بجې دي. دا وګوره ښه مرګرو بس مونږ د سبا سهار وختي د دې کور وځو، بس د زمونږ زړه پوخ شو مرګرو. دا وګوره ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. دا وګوره یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. سبحانه استغفر الله الله اکبر. یا الله خیر.
السلام علیکم مرګرو. دا په کچن کې ناسو مکنه او بارې الله غسته دی خاطر سو ګوره. یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. استغفر الله الله اکبر. یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. وګوره مرګرو یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. تاسو ته مو ویل موږ د کور کې پیریان دي خدا واړه دي. دا وسه دا وګوره ښه پورتیر سیر آبار کړی ها. یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. استغفر الله الله اکبر. وګوره ها یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. قل اعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس اله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. یا الله خیر. سو دې رکا سو کې یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. وګوره ها یا الله خیر. سو دې رکا یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. استغفر الله الله اکبر. یا الله خیر. سو دې رکا یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر.
مرګرو تاسو وګورئ کنه بیا زه په کور کې الله غستې. دا وګورئ ښه سو بیرې مونږ دا کور دم کو. دا وګورئ ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. دا وګورئ یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. دا وګوره ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. مرګرو هیڅوک به دې کور کې نشته. دا وګورئ ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. قل اعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس اله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. یا الله خیر. مونږ سو بیرې مرګرو دا کور دم کو او تاسو کله د جنکو نمبر را لګي کله د مرګرو نمبر را لګي. دا اوس غب نه دی مرګرو. ما ته نمبر را سینډ کې د چا سره چې نمبري د مولا ما ته را سینډ کې صحیح ده. پلیز تاسو مهرباني وکړئ دا نمبر را سینډ کې. دا وګورئ ښه هیڅوک به دې کور کې نشته او دا حل دی. دا وګورئ ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. دا وګوره ښه روزانه دا علي ښه مونږ سو بیرې دا کور دم کو. یا الله خیر خدای خیر یا الله خیر.
السلام علیکم مرګرو. ګوره رڼا ورځ ده رڼا ورځ. ګوره ښه رڼا ورځ ده. ګوره ښه هم دې د مرګرو رڼا ورځ ده ښه په رڼا ورځ ده علي ښه. دا وګوره ښه لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله.
السلام علیکم مرګرو. دا تاسو وګورئ ښه په رڼا ورځ زموږ کره دا حل دی. دا تاسو وګورئ ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. دا وګوره ښه غونډ لوښي راته ولي. یا الله خیر. قل اعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس اله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. یا الله خیر خدای خیر یا الله خیر. دا وګورئ مرګرو ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. پرانا ورځ دا زموږ کره علي ښه مونږ دا کور سو پیرې دم کو سو پیرې او دا علي یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر خدای خیر. مرګرو تاسو ته په دې چې زموږ په کور کې پیریان دي. دا درېمه شپه چې سیکړ خوب هم دې نه دی کړی. مرګرو دا تاسو وګورئ کنه دا د شپې 12 بجې دي. دا تاسو وګورئ. قل اعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس اله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. یا الله خیر خدای خیر. دا تاسو وګورئ ښه دا تاسو وګورئ دې تاسو وګورئ. یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. دا تاسو وګورئ ښه د شپې 12 بجې دي سیکړ خوب هم دې نه دی کړی. زیره دې زیره بس د پیریانو ماپ هم کې زیره دې زیره زموږ د څه غلطي شوي پیریانو ماپ هم کې بس دې زیره دې زیره. دا تاسو وګورئ هیڅوک نشته. دا سټارټ دی. دا تاسو وګورئ ښه د شپې 12 بجې دي. دا تاسو وګورئ یا الله خیر یا الله خیر. دا تاسو وګورئ یا الله خیر یا الله خیر خدای خیر یا الله خیر. دال دې مرګرو ښه دا وګورئ یا الله خیر دا تاسو وګورئ ښه ستاسو د مخې د هر څه دي دا تاسو وګورئ ښه یا الله خیر خدای خیر.
The first time I saw him, I thought he was just another one of those who stage their videos, but I'm no longer including him in that category. Not sure if it's real, but this kind of intensity is too rare to see. You might be wondering, what am I referring to with the title on screen? And even if you're not thinking about that whatsoever, I would still like to force an answer on you. So listen up, you little boy. We all know how Christians tend to imagine the appearance of Jesus and how they picture him. Some people, especially the Catholics, place a drawn picture of what they believe he looks like in their houses, and here is usually where most of the problems start occurring, especially if they also add the extra touch of crosses across different areas in the house. Then you know something unpleasing might be happening inside the property, something that will most likely scare anyone off, and by placing these pictures and crosses, they are trying to protect themselves from any evil spirits or ghosts as they believe. Regardless, here is one of these cases where we have two men who will be our heroes for the night. How seriously cringe. Couldn't you have used any other words to describe them? Maybe, but that's not the main point of the video. What we should pay attention to is what happened to them. Luckily, they were safe, and I don't know why I used luckily, as if I knew them in the first place or related to them. One night, they were sitting on the couch, because sitting on the floor don't seem very traditionally civilized to them. They heard noises in the house. It sounded familiar to them because this isn't the first time such an incident has occurred, so they went to investigate while recording, but what they found was some stuff on the ground but no activity to be seen. All until a noise coming from the other room was heard. When they checked that room where the sound came from, they couldn't tell what happened, but fortunately, there were other cameras in that room that captured the whole activity. A plate was pushed aggressively to the ground. A similar activity occurred days before this one with the same plate, while also lights were switched on by themselves in that same room.
There. My floor. What? Your whole room. I didn't hear anything. Every time I start recording, it stops. So yours? Yeah. Your room? Yeah. Yeah. We're up there.
There's nothing about this video that feels staged. It genuinely seems like real paranormal activity. Honestly, they might need to take that picture down. If I were sleeping in that room, fully aware it's haunted, and got woken up by a noise only to find myself staring at that picture, my heart would be racing. If someone is trying to chill inside his own tent in the wild, or maybe in the desert, it doesn't matter where he is. If he is just trying to have some good time alone, an interruption might not be welcomed. I know, what a wacky introduction that doesn't seem to get to the point whatsoever, but it somehow does so. As for the next guy, he was chillin' in the tent at night. He was drinking tea, as it seems, eating some nuts, and I mean some roasted nuts, such as cashews and seeds, not something else. Anyways, as he was in the mood, he noticed a weird person standing outside staring at him. At first, he thought it was just one of those workers who worked for him, so he tried to invite the person in, but then he realized something that chilled him to the bones. His workers are on a holiday break, and that person isn't behaving normally. He picked up his phone to record the event, and as he zoomed in, you could tell whatever that figure is, it was most likely a jinn. I'm not sure, and I don't want to be that guy, but it seems like that figure's face was shape-shifting too.
يا مرحبا ليلة خيمتي شاب النار مبسوط يلا لك الحمد الشكر الحالي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم شوف شي واقف تحرك ولد والله عنك هم خليني أمشي ذا الليل أنا وين رحت بسم الله بسم الله تشوفون والله عنك هم خليني أمشي ذا الليل أنا وين رحت بسم الله بسم الله
This guy, whom I have never seen a video from, is more likely someone who posts often but not anything related to ghosts and the paranormal. I assume this most likely got him packing up his stuff and running back home. We have talked about school several times before, and we all know how important it is to go to school and such. Such a cringe-worthy introduction. I feel like I'm watching a childish video of someone explaining how to brush your teeth gently before going to sleep. Was it really that deep in the cringe category in your book? Anyway, what school are we talking about in the next video? You're using the pronunciation as if we are about to have a discussion. Let's get right into it. Then, Farrar School, built in 1922 and reputed to be one of the most haunted places in the Midwest. This school had a history of various paranormal activities, including ghostly sounds of children, phantom janitors, and a shadowy figure known as the principal, as you just heard, and I hope you're not deaf in that manner. This school has a bad reputation, not due to its bad tuition system, but rather to its ghostly activity history. Maybe the school was bad when it was active, to the point where they saw it's better to shut it down and call it a life. Now here we have Ian, the man with the most annoying name to pronounce, but we are not here to disrecognize other people's names. No, we are here to watch them get humiliated with fear when investigating such haunted places. Are we really here for that purpose? Yes, right from the beginning, when he gets into the entrance, he is greeted with some bone-chilling water from the second floor. Oh wait, that was an accident my neighbor had the other day. Ian enters the building only to hear the running of a child. But the man doesn't have kids, and the school is abandoned. How obvious. The activity escalates from that point, discs moving, tapping, lockers opening, and phantom apparitions. And at the end, someone was trying to seduce Ian into coming into a room, using his keys by jiggling them.
Is anyone in here? That sounded like running. Hello? Children, thought I heard you playing. Holy! I just felt an ice cold breeze dart past me, as if a child just ran by. Are you running through these hallways? If there's any children in here, could you move something? Could you tap on a desk? Could you call out your name? Okay, that was out here. I heard somebody out here. Could you yell out again? Definitely came from in there. So then where the heck did that voice come from? I heard it clear as day in here. Oh God! Look, I've already proven that there's nobody in here, so I'm done creeping around in here. I'll leave a camera recording. I'll go grab it right now. Damn, looking down that hallway is so unnerving. If you're up here, could you make a noise? Okay, I heard like a thump sound over there. Are you in this room? This is the office. This would have been the principal's office. Mr. Principal, I don't really know what your name is or who you are, but my name is Ian. I'm just here to visit. I think that came from the auditorium. Mr. Principal, thought I may have heard you in here. If you're in here, could you come towards me? Holy shit! Okay, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. Just calm down. Just calm down. Are there any spirits in this room? Okay. Holy. It came from one of those desks over there. Could you knock on that desk again? That was for sure this one. Oh my God. Alright, I'm pretty for sure it's you. Could you tap on this desk? This specific desk? Could you tap on it again? Okay, it seems like every desk I ask for them to tap on, they tap on a totally different one. If that was you, oh my God! That orb just bolted! Okay, I'm gonna follow you. Oh my God! Oh my God. Oh my God. That desk just moved. Look at that. I can't believe that. I promise I'm not scared of you. You just kind of spooked me a little bit there. I did not expect that. Could you climb up them? Okay, I'm starting to think that wasn't the wind at all. That sounded like a little girl. It feels cooler in here than it does out there. And it's been absolutely roasting in this building all night. Tell me I just caught that on camera. Holy sh**. That locker just opened by itself. Look. Oh my God. Dude. Just imagine how insane that would have been if that happened on command. Oh my goodness, that one just flew open too now. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually starting to get a little creeped out here. Could you move this locker again? Holy sh**. Okay, all right, I'm really kind of getting a little freaked out now. Okay, this is terrifying. I wonder which locker that was. Mr. Janitor, are you working? Oh my God. I don't know what the heck that was, but it sounded like a jingling sound. Okay, I gotta go down there right now. Hello? Oh my God. Who's over there? Mr. Janitor, is that you? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's like literally coming from thin air. Look. I'm looking all around this gym and I see nothing. It's in that room right there. Okay. Just one step at a time. Just one step at a time. Mr. Janitor. I know you're in here. I just want to communicate. It was in there. Oh God, I really don't want to go in that room. That sounded like a groan. Okay, okay. I heard that. That was clear as day.
Maybe it's just the lingering spirit of some troublemaker kid who couldn't stay in line back when he was alive. Yep, you heard that right. That kid met an unfortunate end inside this very building, and ever since, spooky stuff has been happening. Well, according to me at least. You could never be more than what you already have become. That's a quotation I just made up right at this moment. But it has a deep meaning if you can find it, because I couldn't. Anyways, this may also refer to the next video, as you can't really try to blend two different experiences at the same time, which Angelo tried to do. The man, who calls himself Angelo, is an explorer/investigator. He usually goes to abandoned places or risky areas to either camp or conduct an investigation. Based on his video titles and thumbnails, somehow, he always lands on something intensely spooky, which takes me to the next one. He decided it's time to pay another visit to a place he once called the haunted satanic cult forest. That's what happens to a man when he drinks too much. He starts making stuff up. But maybe, just maybe, he wasn't making stuff up this time around. As before, he made his way back to this forest. He heard rumors spreading around that this forest had become more like a lobby for those who want to conduct rituals, specific rituals linked with demons and ghosts. So as he headed back to this forest, and while he was looking for the perfect spot to set up his tent, he found some traces that could be hinting at possible rituals that had been done in the area, like burnt sticks, for example. The rumors also mentioned something about his dad. They mentioned something about a shadow figure apparition wandering. While Angelo was still searching for that spot, he also heard some weird and clear sounds, which spooked him. It sounded like someone knocking on these trees. As he finally found the spot inside his tent, he began using the Ouija board, and he received some odd answers. What spooked him the most were the sounds outside his tent, which no one could explain. It was like something or someone was circling around him, but he found no trace of anyone.
You can literally feel them landing. Oh, I saw like a shadow, but I think it was just from my light. Alright, I think we're getting close to our camping spot. Hello, anybody here? So, I figure I might as well take a second and explain what it is that they found here. There was an animal sacrifice done in here, and you're also not going to believe where it was. It was actually at the spot that we were investigating, set up the tent the first time Brad and I decided to camp out here. And yeah, it's kind of spooky. It looked like the area where we constantly find fires. They have no idea who did it. It was reported to the police. From what I know, cleaned up. I couldn't come right away because obviously I was up north on my fishing trip. So that was that. But I'm going to essentially do something really stupid. Like I said, I'm going to play the Ouija board in here. We should be able to get something very interesting and hopefully very direct with the Ouija board.
Carol,
getting a lot of names. Common theme here, apparently. Lots of names.
my family is here.
Whoa, my family is here. Okay. Okay, what the f is that? What is that noise? Hello? That was loud. That was definitely not an animal noise. There's no way. I don't see nothing. Hello? For now, let's just get back, set up camp, and we'll see what we get. Oh! What was that? I'm gonna just move back a little bit. What do you mean by equal? Do you want to be treated equally? Is that what you want? Also, I really gotta clean up this tent. It's getting a little gross in here. Is there anything here with me? Oh, I'm feeling something. Like some sort of energy. Yes or no? Is there something here with me? If there is, go to yes. If not, well then don't do anything.
Elijah.
Is there something here with me? Oh. Zero? What the hell is that supposed to mean? M
Board.
E. And it literally just said board. Why does it keep going at 0? And it also sounds like something just walked up to the front of the tent. There's something out there.
Like.
Okay, I'm gonna end the session for a second, okay? I'm closing off the session. What did I just do? I stopped. I don't see anything. It literally walked as it walked. It literally sounded as if
Stacy.
Nope, no. That's... I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know if I want to know what the hell that was. Okay, somebody tell me what that was. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the session if you're gonna keep doing this. Not in the actual... No, I'm sorry, but... this needs to stop. This is just getting
Stay
a little...
here.
Oh. This is getting a little weird. God. What is going on here? Oh my... Okay, what is that? What keeps doing that? I'm telling you right now, something is out there. It sounded like it said don't. Well, I'm gonna look outside. Ooh, that was that sound again. What the... What was that? Okay. I just heard something. Something made a sound in my ear. What?
Him pulling out the knife as if he could defend himself in such a narrow area. I mean, inside the tent. The one outside will clearly have the advantage. Not to mention you can't even tell if it was a real being. It might just be a ghost. Let's talk about Bob. You mean that character from SpongeBob? Nah, dude, I meant Bob the investigator. Even though they both share one thing, which is ignorance, it's not like they are ignorant of its literal meaning, but it seems like they don't really give what's happening around them enough emotional attention. But SpongeBob is a very sensual character. Yeah, but he also doesn't hold grudges or deep bad feelings against anything, like he tries to ignore the bad things around him. Why are we even talking about that in the first place? Bob is back with some interesting clips. As he was chilling on the sofa, he noticed the door started shaking a little, so he thought to himself, could these doors be so modern to the point where they can even feel the temperature around them and make some human-like reactions? Well, they do get affected by the wind, so what's so modern about that? I don't know, but that couldn't be the reason behind this activity. Instead, it felt more paranormal than anything, and as he started recording, the footsteps were so clear that I felt like someone was actually walking inside my ears. But it escalated. How unsettling. Yes, folks, it got even worse. As I finished the editing process, these footsteps didn't go away, so I booked an appointment at an ear doctor clinic, and it turned out these sounds were coming from a bug stuck inside my ear. But what happened to Bob in the video? Well, these steps didn't stop. The door waved a couple of times, and that plushie from the corner of the screen could be seen jumping from its place. In the other video, which looks as if it all happened in the same sitting, the door of his daughter's bedroom was actually moving while whatever was on the ground, which must likely be a book, was sliding over the floor. In the end, someone with a chill voice called Bob. I thought the bug had returned, but it was actually the paranormal phenomenon in the video.
Oh, the footsteps are back. And my door, was wide open. I heard it creak. I looked over and then it, kind of stopped but slowed down to a stop. And my daughter's sleeping in that room with the door shut. Someone keeps moving the handle. And there's the footsteps. Sound like they're getting closer, man. Yeah, it was definitely my doorknob. Yeah, dude, they're definitely getting closer. Bro. Dude, it's... I don't like them footsteps, man. Especially not that bag moving. Sounded like my daughter's door. Like, nope, nope, nope. I was so focused on that noise at my daughter's door, I didn't even see that going shut. Footsteps are crazy, man. Yeah. Come on, dude. What the footsteps, dude? I know y'all hear that whispering. Yo, come on, man. Come on, man.
What do you want? Hello? I'm kind of scared to go in there. Oh. Oh. Well, I went from my room to her room, I guess. I think I just heard a woman too, besides the TV. Hello? Yo. Uh-uh. 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 Yo. Hello? Yo. No, see, I'm good. I'm done with that. Get out of here. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Hello? Oh man, I almost tripped. It ain't funny. No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I skipped over the orb video intentionally. It was too brief and not worth diving into. I figured I'd just leave it as a little treat. A treat? What do you think we are, pets? Of course not, but hey, my super advisor insisted I add that part. When working at a museum, you may also expect yourself to have a similar experience to that actor from the movie One Night in a Museum. But I have not seen a museum such as the next one. I'm not sure what is so museumistic about it, but it might just be one of those shops that usually have a wide variety of purses from all different timelines and brands. The man who works the shift in the museum describes it like this. The video is taken from surveillance cameras and a ghost tube recording made at my shift's end around 6:30 a.m. The museum I work at is great for the Ghost Tube app, and I receive a lot of communication, as I have spoken to many entities in that lobby, including Pam. Every once in a rare while, I will cover graveyard shifts at our haunted museum. Last night, early this morning, about 4 a.m., I found that a couple of purses had fallen on the ground when before they were not there. I went to check the cameras, and at 2:28 a.m., the purses had fallen. I had also checked the cameras for the last time that someone touched those purses, and it was around 4 p.m., the day before by one of our shop associates. So according to him, there was no way that anyone could have thrown the purses off the shelf, and based on the footage we have, it's confirmed. It's totally paranormal.
Hello, it's Paul. Just wanted to come and say hi. I saw that the purses dropped last night at 2:20 a.m. Was that one of you who dropped the purses? Yeah? It was these purses that fell. Who dropped them? Pamela. Hi, Pamela. Was that you that dropped the purses?
Yes, you are a spirit. Well, I did want to see who may have pushed them over last night. I know one of you likes to push things over in the shop at night.
I believe there are still more videos about his night shift experiences on his account, but I haven't checked on it. I actually found this video on a Reddit page. Might as well come back in the future to this video to check on his original account and see what else he posts regarding the paranormal. You might as well subscribe and watch the next video on screen.